One role that can sometimes be overlooked in the computer world is that of the analyst. Sometimes known as a business analyst, they are a vital part of the start of any new project, be it something that has never existed before or an addition to an existing system. So what is a business analyst? This is a person who looks at a business process that is planning to change and documents how the change will work from a business perspective. This may involve looking at how data moves and changes throughout a system, as well as how people and perhaps other systems interact with it. It can be a time-consuming task, but is vital to understand the needs of the business and document them. This allows those who are going to build or amend computer systems to support and improve how the business will work. Think of a business analyst as bridging the gap between IT systems and programming staff, and those who run a business. Such business analysts can work within a larger organization or be hired in as part of a contract to help deliver a new or upgraded system. What would be the stages a business analyst would go through in their interaction with a business? Firstly, listen, learn, and document what the business process does now. Next, determine and document the pitfalls and challenges of the current operation. Next, document the scope of the new things or areas that the business wants to move into. And finally, prepare the requirements documentation from all of the above. All of this work might sound daunting, so let's look at an example of a fictional business that is looking to implement some changes. We'll look at a small family-run firm who are in the business of hiring out vehicles to both commercial and personal customers. They have been running for some years and have an established business in their hometown. When starting to expand to the nearest city, they have had problems scaling their business up to that level. Sensibly, they want to review how they run the business before any more expansion to larger cities. So let's look at this business in detail. All businesses have customers, and this one is no exception. So we need a way of recording customer details. For example, customer name, customer type, are they personal or business? Contact details, phone number, is it mobile or landline? And finally, address. Each customer will need a customer reference ID, which the business is likely to already have. As the business hires out vehicles, we will obviously need a way of tracking those too. As with any business asset management system, it's vital to know where all the assets are and in what condition they are currently in. Is the vehicle currently hired out, available for hire, or awaiting repair? Business analysts often concentrate on the workflow of a system, detailing each step to track the data through the system. In this case, we are looking at the passage of a vehicle from depot to customer and back. If the vehicle starts off as available for hire, its next stage could be hired to customer. In reaching this stage in the workflow, then additional data should be picked up. To whom has it been hired? For how long? And how much money has changed hands? Once returned by the customer, then the vehicle would go through an inspection to check for issues. If none are found, then perhaps a simple valet and return to the available for hire pool would be the next workflow stage. If the vehicle exhibits one or more issues during the inspection, it would then likely enter a separate part of the workflow, where repairs or some remediation would occur. This would hopefully return the vehicle to the available for hire stage, or worst case, to scrap or sell the vehicle. While this workflow diagram might cover what the car hiring business does right now, additional stages may be needed to be built in for later. These could cover moving vehicles from city to city as the business expands. It would be part of the business analyst role to anticipate how the requirement might evolve in the future and allow enough flexibility to cater for this. The stakeholders. Now that we've worked out how the data will move through the system, who will be the people actually using such a system? These are often referred to as stakeholders. The business analyst could prepare a swim lane diagram to illustrate how each stakeholder interacts with the system. For example, the reception staff who interact with the customers directly and are responsible for updating the system with customer details. If the system is partially automated, there may also be a need for a mobile app that customers can interact with. Maintenance staff could handle the valet or cleaning of vehicles as well as the inspection for defects on return of the vehicle. In such a system, you would expect there to be a finance team who handle billing and chase up customers who are late in returning vehicles. Having a clear view of the interaction of all stakeholders with the current and newly proposed system is vital to a smooth running project. Defining the scope of the project. One key activity carried out by a business analyst is defining what is and isn't in scope for the project. Projects that don't have a clearly defined scope can suffer scope creep, where more and more gets added to the requirements, ending up with a huge and cumbersome project that rapidly becomes undeliverable in any reasonable timescale. Should nice-to-have elements emerge during the analysis, they can always be added to a future work list, leaving them out of scope for the current project. Preparing the plan. Having gathered all the information available, it's time to pull it all together in one or more documents. The summary. This contains a high-level description of what the project is and its purpose. The objectives. The project objectives are the business goals, ensuring that they cover the SMART guideline. That is, they should be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-specific. The project scope. This outlines the boundaries of the project, with deliverables, timelines, stakeholders, budget requirements, and details of the team that will be doing the work. The business requirements. Listing the actions that are required for the project to be a success. These may be ranked by priority to indicate how critical to the business they are. Stakeholders. This is the list of everyone that will be using the new or updated system, as well as those that will be doing the work. Additionally, what is required from each stakeholder in order to deliver the project can be listed here. Constraints. Any dependencies, risks, budget limitations, or fixed deadlines need to be documented to ensure they are not overlooked. Cost-benefit analysis. In some circumstances, it may be necessary to look at the cost of doing the project in relation to the benefits that will be gained from it. This may be needed in order to get budgetary approval before proceeding. This can be described as ROI, return on investment. So, are business analysts in demand? Yes, they are very much in demand, and not just in IT roles. Additionally, in finance, healthcare, education, manufacturing, consulting, and government, all of these need business analysts. Demand for people in this role is expected to increase for the foreseeable future. So what skills are needed for business analysts? Strong analytical skills, problem-solving skills, communication skills, ability to understand business and IT processes, ability to investigate data to uncover patterns and trends, relationship management skills, and finally, time management skills. So how do you become a business analyst? There are quite a number of courses available, from short online courses covering the basics to full university degree courses. Gaining practical experience as well as the key information provided by courses is essential. This could be via internships or work placements, or perhaps shadowing a business analyst where you currently work. Certainly, business analysts need a lot of human communication skills, and the need for staff in this role is set to remain high for the foreseeable future. Perhaps even more so with the rise of artificial intelligence systems. But that's it for today. Thank you for watching.